same level. Okay, Dylan's a little bit he's not a first-round pick. We're treating him like, oh, he's a third-round pick, Shadour's a fifth. I mean, I get there's some difference, but and by all reports, now we haven't seen the whole picture, it looks like Shadour has outplayed him in the practices. We know Gabriel's numbers haven't been great. He has been going a little more advanced level. And then to see what Shadour did in that game against Carolina's ones for at least some of it, I just think that he should be ahead. It ultimately doesn't matter. This next game is going to kind of, determine which of them is the top rookie. But I think he should have been moved up.
Yeah, and so Dylan's not a first-round pick, and Shadour's not a first-round pick, and Shadour is a fifth-round pick. And when you set the training camp depth chart, it's not an exercise that anybody really wants to do, because you're going through it and you're trying to have everybody compete and try to the depth chart is completely fluid, and you want to establish that because you want guys to have to constantly be competing so that you can figure out who the best 53 are. The difficult thing with so much attention being on this is that everybody wants daily updates, and that's not how this competition is being evaluated. They're trying to actually look at it from a comprehensive perspective where ideally guys get like with like reps. And so as you're evaluating it, you can evaluate it based off them each getting the same opportunity. So it's not the stock market where every time you log on the internet, it's like, oh,
no, but they did,
up, Gabriel's down.
But they did they release a depth chart before week 1 of the preseason, and then they released the updated one. This wasn't,
not by choice.
No,
the
I
league
understand.
tells you, release a depth chart, and you're like, and then they say, who do you want on? You're like, I don't care. Put whoever you want on it. It won't matter because it's not going to be the depth chart we have at the start of the season.
So I think Shadour could have gone 20 of 20 for 4 touchdowns, and they weren't going to. I think there was that depth chart, those 4 quarterbacks. Stefanski was going to, maybe he said, I don't care about how you list anything, except these 4 quarterbacks. How we listed them before game 1 is how we're listing them after game 1, just to try to minimize some of the noise. What I do think, though, is fair to say, and I believe, if it was a 3rd-round corner and a 5th-round corner, and these were their cornerback versions of their preseason, where one guy, according to the reporters at camp, has played better than the other, the 3rd-round pick has played worse than the 5th, and the 3rd-round pick has dealt with a nagging injury. The 5th-round pick in the first preseason game played a lot and played pretty well. We would say, oh, draft status be damned.
You wouldn't move them up because, remember, you got to cut these guys at the end of the season. So if there's a guy you want to get to the practice squad, even if they're playing well, you'll keep on the back end of the roster so it looks like they're not playing well.
No.
Unless somebody's really studied your stuff. So you're not giving the rest of the league information.
That's totally fair. I don't actually mean literally moved up on the release depth chart. I mean
on the in-house
in the in-house in the coach's mind, you'd be like, oh, okay. It doesn't matter. We took this guy 60 picks ahead of that guy.
Yeah.
At any other position, I think it would be close to meaningless. You know what I mean? I think. Tell me if I'm wrong, Coach. But
no, you're right. And I think what we may not see, but could be happening, is he may be getting opportunities that he didn't get before. Right. So now they're giving him maybe X amount more reps, or they're giving him a little bit more red zone. So they don't want necessarily the world to know because everybody's going to make a big deal out of it. So you can just build it into the practice and see whether or not the media can figure it out while you're doing it.
So the thought on our show collectively has kind of been someone's getting traded, right? One of the 4 guys. Flacco's going to start, and maybe Shadour should be the first one to come in once Flacco kind of water finds its level. And then this video popped up recently, the other day, I think. It's Deshaun Watson, who all of a sudden looks pretty good recovering from his Achilles surgery. Does anyone think Deshaun Watson throws a wrench, if he's available, throws a wrench in this plan?
I don't think Deshaun Watson will ever throw another pass in the NFL.
Never. Oh, in the NFL, period.
The NFL.
Oh.
I think that he is he is one of the more toxic players as far as the information surrounding him off the field. You take that aside. His play since he left Houston, by every regular or advanced stat, has been bottom 3 quarterback in the league, and he's coming off a catastrophic injury. And the Browns owner has said,
And
we
is owed a
whiffed
ton of
on
money.
it.
Yeah.
And so I just think that I don't.
But if he wants to play and he's healthy, then you've got a real issue because,
With the Browns, you think?
well, if he wants to play and he's healthy, what are you going to do?
bench him.
Ju-
What do you
just
mean?
bench-
He's not playing.
You could potentially bench him, but are you going to activate him? Are you going to bring him up to the 53-man roster?
Oh, I mean, I don't
Because
think that's
if
going
Because
to be.
then he could get picked up.
Can't you
Well,
just
no,
fail
but-
him on his physical? I mean, like,
you can do anything you want, but you also have to prove that what you're doing is legitimate.
Okay.
That's why there's the CBA.
My question is, I tend to agree with you, Nick, but I want to ask Coach, would you, like, let's say he doesn't play this year, but he gets healthy. Do you think no other team, I get it, the whole toxic, you know, the history, although that's a few years removed now. Do you think another team might give him a shot? I mean, you need quarterbacks. I know he's been bad when he's played.
I just don't know how Cleveland gets out of the money. That to me is the biggest issue.
after this year, they can do it.
It's still, what is it, still
It's
like
insane.
80 or 90?
Yeah,
it's some ridiculous
But
number.
it'll be like
Split it over
Denver
2
with
years.
Russell
It'd be
Wilson.
the Russell Wilson.
Bigger.
Tom Brady on Patrick Mahomes and Travis playing on both sides of the ball next.
The moment I loved our Subaru Outback most